Well, hey there, everybody. Old Pipe Pappy here from, again, the frozen tundra of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm looking out the window right now watching the snow fall. There's been sleet most of the day. They got water lines busted in town, roads closed. March 2nd. And it made me think of that guy. What was his name? You know the one, the guy that invented the internet. What was that? Oh, Al Gore. Young guy that made a fortune on global warming. Yeah, I got your global warming right out my window, fella. I'm not a big global warming guy. I think that the Earth has gone through many, many changes and will continue to go through changes. So I don't know why I threw that in. I get aggravated about that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is VR to El Coqui, Albert, who's asked us a couple of questions, and one of the questions was, how are we immature? And the other question is, what's the difference between living and surviving? You know, when I look at the difference between living and surviving, you turn on a TV set, you see people that have never done a thing in their life, never worked a day in their life. Mom or daddy or granddaddy give them a company to run, and then you got the people like, you know, no bad news is good news to them. What I mean by that is any way they can get their news, their face and story in the news. I'm talking about Kardashian and what's that blowing? Paris Hilton. They're supposed to be living. Now, it's not my idea of living, but they don't work. And a lot of us that work feel like we are surviving half the time. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If you are the kind of person who can take a piece of paper and make a list whenever you need to make a decision, and you put down all your options on that list, and there's no good options, it's all bad options, and you've got to take and pick the best of the bad options, you're probably surviving because the world is pushing you in a certain direction that you don't really want to go. But by virtue of your circumstances and your lack of resources, all of us to a certain point are financially challenged. And it can be very, very difficult, especially, how many of us have had businesses ruined. My wife and I had a business of 12 years. We were making phenomenal income. Gone. Everybody worked with us in that industry. Gone. Now, the industry has somewhat recovered, but it'll never be the same. But I'm not going to go into all that. But those of you that are entrepreneurs know what I'm talking about. An entrepreneur is a person that will work 12 days for himself instead of 8 days for somebody else. And it's hard. Nobody's there to get you out of bed in the morning, make you go to work. Nobody's there to make that financial decision, and nobody's there that gives you the capital to risk. But yet they get on that television and go, hey, if you own that, you didn't build it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Drives me up the wall. But if you go through this and have thoughts like that, a lot of times you're surviving. So just do yourself a favor. Every so often, lay down the tools of your trade, gather up your family, friends, and loved ones, and go do something. There's a lot of things out there that you can do for little or no money. Go do that. Get off the rat wheel, because that's what they want you on. Is they want you to keep on going around and around on that wheel so they can have a good time. It's a bunch of baloney, but just do the best you can do, and even though part of you will maybe always feel like you're just surviving, go ahead and do some things that make you feel like you're living too. So there is a peaceful coexistence that could be found there. But that's the difference for me. If you have to worry about how you're going to meet your next payroll at your business, or how you're going to pay the government more regulatory fees, or you're going to get the money to write the check for the taxes. And, you start going, geez, man, it's $3.40 a gallon for gasoline. They're killing us. To a certain degree, you're surviving, but you can be living too. So find a way to make it all work. That's the best advice I'd give to anybody. It's advice I give to myself. But that to me is the difference between living and existing. If you can do anything you want to do whenever you can and feel no pain, you're living. If you get none of that, you're existing. So find a way to make it work, make them coexist. Answer to question number 1. There you go. Question number 2. How are we immature? I'm immature in a million ways. Let me tell you how. I'm one of these guys that believes it's not how old you are in numbers, it's how old you feel. And my old body's broke down a bunch, so I feel the age there, but in my mind, I don't feel any age at all. I mean, I'm 18 in my head. I can't do those things anymore, but I'm 18 in my head. This manifests itself for me anyway in what I love to do. I'm a big kid at heart. Love to play with my. Let's see if I can get you that. Yeah, I got too much of a dadgum. Well, I got a glare there. These are some of my cards. I like basketball, baseball, football cards. Have all my life. Love comic books. There's an X-Men number 5. And there's no Flash. These are all 10-cent books if you can see the prices on them. These are old, late 50s, early 60s. There's Flash 206. It's the second issue of the Flash Golden Age. So I love playing with this kind of stuff. Comic books, cards. Oh, here's one for you. Love playing games. This is my Stratomatic baseball game. I like to play that. I like to play with people if I can. If I can't, I'll play it by myself. Love when my kids come over and we sit down at the table and put the leaf in and get some snacks out and play Phase 10. So I'd let this go out. Just to know one of them pre-toasted cobs. I've had this forever. I'm on a little Frogmorton cellar, right? So yeah, when it comes to games and cards and candy on my desk and little goofy stuff that's sitting on my desk, kind of cool. Got a little sandy troll. Love to play fantasy sports. I've been playing fantasy baseball and football for 26 years. I'm in the middle of the baseball now. I've got a couple of teams drafted. And I get real excited about that every year. It's a good time killer. There's a million other ways I'm still a kid. I'll always be a kid. I'll always want to be a kid. The day comes when I don't want to be a kid anymore, just take me out behind the barn, knock me down, you know what I mean? Well, That's all old Pipe Pappy's got to say today. I hope y'all are enjoying your Sunday afternoon. And El Coqui, congratulations on all your subs. It's fantastic, dude. Good job. You're racking them up there, and thanks for the contest, and good luck to everybody else in that contest. And I'm going to catch y'all on the flip flop and say good night, and God bless, and you have a great rest of your Sunday, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.